This is how Jin Ping Mei is read. Chapter 45. In response to the Earl's advice, Li Ping'er entrusts his sister Yin as a gong. 1. Buying and selling a gong. The last time the gold theft was over, the gold was delivered to Wu Yunyang's room. But this time it was taken out again at the beginning. What happened? The matter starts with Li San and Huang Si borrowing money. Li San Huang Si's business was a very confusing one. First he borrowed 1,500 taels on the 38th call, and then he paid back 1,200 taels on the 43rd call. He still owed 500 taels. For ingots of gold equaled 1,500 taels. The interest on the loan of 100 taels. Simon King was busy going to the banquet and told them to exchange documents after the festival. That is, exchange the IOU of 1,500 taels for 500 taels. In fact, Li San and Huang Si simply didn't have enough money, and borrowing money from other places would be more expensive, so they had to beg Earl Ying to renew the loan from Simon King. With the help of Earl Ying's wise words, Simon King agreed to take back 4 ingots of gold, plus 350 taels of silver, and then borrowed 500 taels from Li San Huang Si. That is, he owed 1,000 taels. Simon King knew it well. He knew that they did not follow the rules when doing business, so he warned Earl Ying early in the morning and prohibited them from fooling around outside, under his banner. However, in fact, this is what Li, San, Huang, and 4, including Earl Ying, think and do. Then when will they get rich if they follow the rules? Until Simon King died in the end, all the money could not be recovered. Ignoring Li San and Huang Si, Earl Ying earned a large amount of agency fees. Earl Ying got food and drinks through prostitution and company, and Earl Ying got financial benefits through the matchmaking agency. The former was because Simon King was just a small rich man at the time, so he could be tempted by wine and sex. The latter was because Simon King was already an official of the imperial court, so Earl Ying's various connections in the market had wider value. From this perspective, when we look at the small matter of acting as a gong at the Earl's persuasion this time, it seems to have a different connotation, because gongs and screens are not necessities of life. Strictly speaking, they are not considered luxuries. Most of the time they are just decorations. In terms of practicality, they are simply useless products for ordinary families. However, such waste products have a high price and even have a noble background. If the White Emperor's family was not in ruins, he would never use such a thing to beg the merchants for some food expenses. While Earl Ying said that the Bai Huang family earned a living by driving downhill, no matter how low the price was, they would not pay for it. At the same time, he vigorously touted these 2 things. This not only expressed his full understanding of the market and all kinds of gossip, he understood and even took the opportunity to express his flattery towards Simon King, who was rising rapidly. Only a rich man like him would spend money to buy such useless things. Or perhaps, there is another connotation to being advised to be a gong. Today, Simon King has too much money to buy rubbish. However, when Simon King dies next year, Wu Yunyang will be left with nothing year by year, and the valuable treasures in the family will be pawned one by one. Even the bed was sold at a discount. Whose hands did these screens and gongs fall into? 2. Leave to prostitutes behind. Another incident on the morning of the 16th day of the first lunar month was related to prostitutes. Sister Li Gui and Wu Yin'er spent another night at Simon's house. Early the next morning, the sedans from the brothel gathered in front of Simon's house. At this time, Sister Li Gui finally couldn't hold back. When I heard Bauer coming, I hurriedly walked outside the door. I talked quietly with Bauer for a long time, then returned to the upper room to say goodbye and go home. Of course, we know that Sister Li Gui is eager to go back to receive Wang Sangwan. Although she is quite disdainful, we cannot always look at the problem from the perspective of the Simon family. Therefore, I will try to defend Sister Li Gui a few words. Although Sister Li Gui is the best among prostitutes, prostitutes have to eat, and the expenses of brothels are much higher than ordinary people. There are many madams, prostitutes, and even helpers who need their support. After Simon King became an official, Sister Li Gui lost her fixed monthly salary. Although she recognized her goddaughter, she could not solve the problem of food and drink. What's more, Simon King often kept her for 3 or 2 days, taking more and giving less, even if she was not in a hurry. What could happen to the brothel? How can you be willing to let a famous prostitute be ruined like this? Therefore, it is understandable that Sister Li Gui wants to go back. The gangsters all knew this, but Simon King didn't know it. However, did Simon King really not know? Maybe. Or more probably not. He has no mind to understand these little things. It's not that he doesn't have the ability to observe, but he always gets what he wants from women and doesn't really care. His occasional jealousy is just a matter of face. That's all. Therefore, even if Simon King guessed that Sister Li Gui was going home to pick up guests, he was too lazy to argue and even agreed to Sister Li Gui's request to keep Xia Huer. Corresponding to Sister Li Gui is Wu Yin'er. In these 2 episodes, Wu Yin'er is facing Sister Li Gui, just like Li Ping'er is facing Pan Jinlian in the text. Sister Li Gui is mean, aggressive, and clever, while Wu Yin'er is reserved, calm, and peaceful. This is the difference in their personalities and also due to their circumstances. When Hua Zixu was round, Wu Yin'er's natural beauty was infinite. After Hua Zixu's death, Sister Li Gui had just been groomed. Wu Yin'er couldn't compete, so she avoided every corner. At this time, Sister Li Gui would rather risk offending the Ximen family and rush back to receive her new love. Interest Wang Sangwan. Wu Yin'er has no such new hope. She seems to be getting older and her beauty is fading. At that time, I could only use Sister Li Gui's steps to express myself. My mother has left me, and I have to go home. It seems that I don't know how to respect her. Later Wu Yunyang said to her, Li Gaier, who was out of school, and Qiao Zhangxi, yesterday and this morning, they were just like tigers that couldn't stay. They just had to go home. Is Kier's house so busy? He even sang. I didn't care about singing anymore. I saw his family coming to pick him up and he left without eating. Sister Yin, please stop studying with him. Wu Yin'er replied. Good mother, here is my parents' house. Where is that place? There are empty baskets for use elsewhere. How dare you use it here? Sister Gui is young and he is ignorant. Don't worry about my mother. Compared with Sister Li Gui, who doesn't know how to respect, is young and ignorant, and even doesn't even care to sing, that is unworthy of professional ethics. Wu Yin'er has gained a good reputation with her maturity, stability, and understanding. Return. Not only did Li Ping'er send a lot of valuable gifts, but even Sister Li Gui's godmother Wu Yunyang was impressed. Although this is not as good as the support of a young master with a large amount of money, a stable singing job is not easy to come by. You know, throughout the ages, including you and me, those who rely on others to get food and clothing are nothing more than this.
Alright, this part of the story ends here.
Want to know what happened next? Let's listen to the breakdown next time.